I never should have listened to what my parents had to say. I'm male, 28 and live in the Republic of Ireland, and my mother had BDP and other illnesses, and she pulled me out of school and put me in a special needs school when I was 11. I was falsely diagnosed with autism, and the doctor called my mother and told her that I was misdiagnosed, but my mother wanted to keep me in the special needs school. After I finished school, my parents insisted I go to this training center called the NLN, after the school suggested it, for people with disabilities, illnesses, or those who left school early, or for people who are looking for help with employment, and I did 2 certifications. I wanted to get a job in my early 20s, but my mother kept insisting I don't and keep doing the course. I stupidly ended up doing it for 9 years from 18 to 26. My father is angry at me because I am 28 and I have never had sex or a girlfriend. He said not having a job and not having money is not an excuse to not have a girlfriend, and he started pestering me about getting a girlfriend from when I turned 25 up until I turned 28. I have long hair and he has always hated it, and he said you should get haircut so you can get a girlfriend multiple times per week for 3 years. His mother, my grandmother, was also obsessed with my hair, and she constantly harassed me and tried guilt-tripping me to get a haircut, and she got diagnosed with cancer in 2022, and she used her cancer diagnosis to try guilt-trip me one last time before she died by saying she wanted me getting a haircut to be her Christmas present, and I think she wanted to ensure that my father would keep harassing me about this after she died. My mother was diagnosed with cancer last February, and I had nearly 8,000 euros in savings. My mother spent all of her welfare payments on energy drinks, vodka, and weed, and when I went shopping, she asked if I could buy her some things and I agreed. She took advantage of that, and I stupidly kept buying her shopping using my money because she had cancer. I eventually only had 400 euros to my name, and my mother kept telling me that I should ask out the woman that works in the post office. I don't want to ask random out women who are just doing their job. My mother really wanted me to get a girlfriend and have kids eventually, but she didn't want me to have a job, which you need as a man if you want a girlfriend. When I turned 28, my father became even more obsessed with wanting me to have a girlfriend despite me telling him I don't want one. He also said having sex with a prostitute would solve my problems, and he kept asking me repeatedly to go to a prostitute. I said I wasn't interested. I like anime, manga, and going to conventions wearing cosplays, and my father started pestering me to get an Asian girlfriend, and he said we could fly out to Japan so I can get a girlfriend. I again told him I wasn't interested. I was planning to get a job, and I told my mother not to tell anyone this, and she went and told my father, and he tried to use the job to guilt me into getting a haircut, and he said we all have to grow up sometime. He has used all sorts of different methods to try guilting me into getting a girlfriend, including saying that I have to get a girlfriend before I lose my looks due to aging, I have to get a girlfriend so I don't die alone, I have to get a girlfriend to continue his legacy. My father also delusionally thinks that any man can easily get sex even if he has no money or a job. Even men who have good-paying jobs are having difficulty in the dating market. Most men do not get any attention on dating apps, and it isn't socially acceptable to approach women these days. I never should have listened to either of them, and I should have quit that training center in my early 20s.